corporate expansion.
The prisoners of public service living in mansions.
Peep through your two eye holes and check out my brand new barcode. Branded, bought and sold for what they sold to make a mo. Much respect from the truth seeker. Turn up your speakers and hit the repeater. I hope your subwoofers and tweeters make your parents crippled with seizures. Who told to tell the truth? Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Feel consciousness begin. Who told to tell the truth? Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Feel consciousness begin.
Let the consciousness begin as the truth seeker.
Hey, and it's my
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's all right, man.
I was kind of half choking and.
Yeah, dude, take care of yourself, man.
Oh, Jesus. Oh.
But it's Josh Rishu, the True Seeker, here after 2 weeks. We took a break for the Thanksgiving holiday because Mike was going out of town. You enjoyed your vacation, man?
Yeah. It was good.
It was good. Wait, what'd y'all go do?
We just went hung out with family, out in the Orlando.
That's good.
Clearwater, Winter Park, Florida area.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, I stayed in town. I didn't go anywheres. But I spent my Thanksgiving with my family. That's kind of what you should do. If you were kind of, like the douchebag Americans, you were out shopping on Thanksgiving, spending your money, on shit that you were just thankful that you didn't have.
I got a $48 72-inch TV of a company I never heard of.
I actually heard somebody on WWL Talk Radio the next day on Black Friday because I had to work, because I'm a skilled laborer. So, skilled laborers kind of have to work and, do their jobs on Black Friday as opposed to the corporate fucking shrills of people who call themselves fucking human beings who go out and spend money on Black Friday to keep the corporations alive because, what would the world be without corporations to have child slave labor in China and Bangladesh and
it was ultimately flat this year. So
it was down by 11%.
Yeah, so hopefully it's one of those things that goes away pretty soon.
And there were a lot of protests that were happening on Black Friday, especially in the Ferguson, St. Louis area, because that was a big story that broke while we were on break. I'm saving that issue for a little bit later because that's going to be kind of like the main thing that we talk about this episode. But, you had protests everywhere. It wasn't just in that area. You had them in New York. New York has been having a lot of protests ever since that verdict has come out. And they actually shut Times Square down. I think it was the day before yesterday. They all sat down in Times Square, and it was a couple thousand people.
Yeah, you notice how you don't see that in the news.
Yeah, you don't see that in the news. Because why? Because then they can tell you that you actually have power. And you could stop the fucking system if you wanted to. You just got to stop, participating in the fucking bullshit that they try to get you to participate in. Which is like the consumerism and going out and buying the brand new iPhone that came out because, the last one is only 6 months old. I need a new one.
See, like 20 years ago, Black Friday would be the stores open at the regular time. And then they have sales. And it would start to get a rush. And as it got more and more popular, and all of a sudden, it would be the stores would still be closed on Wednesday. On Thursday, on Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. And then they would open up at midnight and create a huge thing. And then, I don't know, this year is the first year I'm seeing stores are actually open on Thanksgiving Day.
This was the first year.
That shit is ridiculous, dude. Re-calculus.
It's nothing is ever enough. Once you give these corporations $100 billion, that's no longer enough. Now they need $200 billion because you got to double what you did last year.
Yeah, because if you don't satisfy the shareholders, and they sell the shit, and the company goes down the drain.
Yeah, it's bullshit. Okay, and speaking of corporate fucking slugs, I've tried the past couple fucking weeks to refrain from using this politician's name. And I've talked to Mike about this already, so he knows what's coming. I've tried to refrain from using his name, but over the last week, he's decided that he's going to argue my points and stuff like that directly to me on my Facebook page, being a politician, and kind of underhandedly admitting that the people that he serves are the rich oil and gas companies that control the monopolies here in New Orleans, in the Louisiana area. And that politician's name is Stephen Pettit, okay? And I didn't really want it to come to this, but if you want to be the mouthpiece for Eric Skrmetta in the bullshit oil companies and everything like that that is ruining this country, that is causing the middle class to go poor, that's causing the poor to go homeless because they can't afford the fucking heat in their houses and shit like that, you don't deserve office. You do not deserve to be an elected official. You do not deserve to be a judge. I will give Steve this, is that he has given me free legal advice before because I was threatened to be fired from a job because of a known back injury that I've had. And so I was, through a third party, given his phone number and, asking him about it. He just put it to me in plain English saying that, you live in a work to right state, which means you have no rights. The employer can fire you for any fucking reason he wants. It doesn't even need to make sense. Good luck to that UPS lady if she lived here in Louisiana, So Steve, I still consider you, somebody I could respect just as far as what you've done as a police officer, a lawyer, and you've tried to run for political office 2 times. The last time being getting the GOP money and you still didn't make it, bruh. I don't know how the fuck that happens. I do not know how that happens because if you could see the GOP spending money on Cassidy and everybody else, if you got the GOP money, you should have won. And if you didn't win, it's probably because of the people you hang out with. It's the people like me, bro. They don't like you hanging out with people like me. And so, but you want to be the mouthpiece for Eric Skrmetta. I get it, man. So he told me, and this is verbatim, whenever I was saying, because what he attacked me on was saying that he's heard me say that I don't want the government to give money to corporations.
Right.
But what I've actually said is that I don't want to give money to fucking rich corporations like oil companies and gas companies. These companies who make billions upon billions of dollars, pay $0 in taxes, get $12 billion a year in subsidy, and then tax us even more, raise the prices even more. If they're getting $12 billion a year from the government, why is gas $3 a gallon at the fucking pump? You're making $12 billion off the top, not paying taxes. How much more money do you need? How much more? When is enough? Okay? So you've made your alliances, dude. I've made mine. If you're listening to this podcast and you see Steve Pettit on the ballot, unless you want to put rich corporations, a mouthpiece in public office, do not vote for this man. Because he told me good luck. Good luck with trying to get the rich corporations to not get any money from the government. Because that's who he's fighting for. That's the way I took it. And I'm sorry for this big long rant, but it's something that's been boiling up because the past couple weeks of the show, I've been talking about having these arguments with a certain politician on Facebook, and that's who I was talking about. So, if you go back and start listening to the old shows, it'll start making a little bit more sense now that you know who it is. But anyways,
some people would say anything for money.
Yeah, they will say anything for money. And he was the person that I was talking to about, you're going to have to tell your children why you sold out their future for cheap gas. You're going to have to explain that to your kids. Because it's not cheap. I mean, people are choosing between fucking getting groceries and filling up their gas tank. Whenever it's costing $100 to fill up your fucking car, it's not affordable. That's not really, And to give another example of that, because I'm just all about throwing these big corporations under the bus now. New Bath, Max Home. I used to work for those guys. big dicks. Really, really big dicks. All about fucking you. Paying pretty much $6,000 for a PVC bathroom.
Yeah, I know when they call me 20 times a week at dinner time, I know I don't care for them too much.
No, they're fucking assholes. And I'm an honest man, okay? If I give you hours of my work, I demand a certain amount of money in return. If I don't give you hours of my work, I don't expect money from you. And they overpaid me. They overpaid me by like $100. And so, to a poor person, you know, who came up from like a very, very poor family on the West Bank, $100 is a lot of money. So I went to him and I'm like, look, my paycheck's too big. Y'all need to take some of this back. And so then they go over and they look at my hours and they paid me like about 2 or 3 hours that they shouldn't have paid me. And then plus it was overtime. So that's what, like, you know, the taxes and everything being taken out of, that's why I was probably only like $100 more. But their exact words, and I am not paraphrasing, I am not putting words into these people's mouths. This came from my boss in HR. It's just $100. Give it to them. That's the way these people think. Okay? I don't talk like this because of, I have this imagination of how these people act in offices. I've seen the way these people act in offices. I've seen the way that the CEOs of a company like New Bath, who last year in 2013 made $14 million. This is a Louisiana-owned company. Just Louisiana. $14 million. Okay? That's the kind of money that they're making. $100 to them is fucking chump change. That's why they can afford a $100 tank of gas. People like you and me who are fucking struggling to live off of $30,000 and $40,000 a year, we can't afford $100 to fill up our fucking car. That's expensive. That's way too much money.
Especially since just the general cost of everything has gone up. Especially rents in the New Orleans area after pre-K, you know? Like everything is double what it was before.
Yeah, you could get a place to live around here for like $500, $600. Not no more. The rich people done moved in. Raised the property values of everything.
Oh, yeah. We gentrifying, baby. We coming in. We fucking giving our tight pants, beard, fucking stupid equestrian jacket kids. We're giving them money to buy property in the poor black neighborhoods, and then that's raising the property value.
Yep. Driving out the people who used to live here, the real people from this fucking city. Yeah, and that's kind of what the point that me and Mike were talking about earlier, about, not earlier in the episode, but earlier, some of our first episodes that we did together, where New Orleans as a business after Hurricane Katrina is better. It's better than before it was, you know, during the storm or whatever. But as far as a community, as a city, and the way New Orleans was, New Orleans is nothing like the way it was before Hurricane Katrina. They pretty much killed the city.
Oh, yeah.
And there's no bringing it back. Because, I mean, the Mardi Gras parades are dying. They really are. Like, if any of you are from this city and have, experienced Mardi Gras pre-Katrina and experienced it, post-Katrina, it sucks.
It's just a whole different group of people here now.
It used to be 4 weeks of parades. Like a whole month leading up to Fat Tuesday, you'd have parades almost every fucking night.
Right.
Every night there was parades. Now, there's 2 weeks. And it's only on the weekends. It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And then the only time that you have a weekday parade is Lundi Gras and Fat Tuesday. Those are the only weekdays you have parades now.
It used to be... Like the last week was a solid week of day parades, night parades.
It was just non-stop. Like, that's why Mardi Gras was fun. Because it's like, you'd go to sleep drunk, you'd woke up hungover, and you'd get drunk again. Like, that's all it was. Like, I wasn't doing that whenever I was, a kid, obviously. But I remember the heyday of Metairie.
Right.
And, like, when Metairie was, like, the huge parades. Because I was living in Bridge City, right across that Huey P. Long Bridge. So all I had to do was come straight across the bridge. I'm at the beginning of the parade.
Right.
And my parents, my mom would actually want to catch the parade twice. We'd go to the beginning of the parade by Clearview Mall, catch it. Then we would drive to Pass Causeway by the Burger King. That's now New Orleans Beignets and Company or whatever now. We drive down towards there and then catch it a second time because the reviewing stand would kind of slow down the parade enough to where you could drive over there, get a parking spot, and catch it again. But, in the parades aren't like that anymore. There's not ones every night of the week. They don't even go all the way up Bonneville in Severn like they used to. They used to go all the way to West Esplanade.
Yeah.
And then turn around and come back. Now they stop block short. Way, shorter of West Esplanade. The Mardi Gras parades are dying. And it's because of these fucked up economic policies that benefit the rich and stranglehold the fucking poor. The poor is the culture of this city. Because we weren't rich people. But as far as creativity and the things that we would do to pass the time, we were wealthier than anybody on this fucking planet. And that was the reason why people wanted to come to New Orleans. So now you're driving out all of that. All that's gone.
Yeah, and there's a whole cultural shift, of just fucking people that are constantly looking down at their fucking phones.
Yeah.
And they don't live, they don't live in the moment that they're in. Like, they're too busy worried about later or worrying about what happened before. And they're like, that shit never comes because every fucking, if you're looking down at your phone, you're like, oh, later's going to be fun. I'm going to hang out with Joe. But then when you get there with Joe, you're going to be looking at your fucking phone again.
Yeah.
Worried about hanging out with Steve in a week.
Yep.
Stop. Turn the shit off.
Yeah. And those same fucking yuppie people are the ones that are complaining about, oh, you can't go into the quarter. It's not safe. It's because those yuppie fuckers are walking around the quarter with their $700 cell phone out, a big wad of fucking cash because they're trying to find somewhere to buy a to-go fucking drink. You assholes deserve to be robbed. You assholes deserve to be fucking killed.
No city is safe to walk around by yourself in a dark alley
with a wad of money and your cell phone out.
Yeah, for real. Fucking grow up.
Yeah, it's like they want to paint this fucking picture of, oh, it's not safe because why? It's the same shit that's going on with the Ferguson thing. They're fucking racist and they're too pussy to say what they mean. And I'm just calling people out on the shit now. I'm so tired of being politically correct and trying to better this world, this country, and this city. And then you can't call people the shit that they are. Because, the thing with Obama, if you listen to any of the political attack ads that are happening around for the Senate race here in Louisiana, all they can fucking say is Obama. Mm-hmm. They can't say what they want to say. Oh, he's a black dude.
He's black.
He's good. He's the welfare president. Because that's what they were saying for, the first 3 years, calling him the welfare president. And whenever the facts come out and, he's not spending more on welfare than any of the other presidents. In fact, he's actually spending less.
Oh, no.
He's spending less on fucking welfare. Because why? Because Republicans got the fucking budget, you fucking racist.
Why don't you fucking yell at me with the truth. I don't want to know the truth.
And that's what the fuck it is. Because I'm just posting the shit on Facebook all day, every fucking day. If you hate me, good. Fucking unfriend me. Fucking don't talk to me anymore. Don't come to my fucking shows. Don't come to anything I fucking do. I don't care. Because why? Because I hate you. Just plain and fucking simple. You are the worst excuse for human beings that exist on this fucking planet. And that's the way I fucking feel. Democrats, I could kind of side with them because Democrats are good liars. They really are. They're very, very good liars.
That's the difference. The Democrats say, this is what we're going to do, and then they don't do it.
Exactly.
Republicans say, this is what we're going to do.
And fuck you.
No, and it's good because
Obama.
They convince you that it's good. I don't see how that ever works.
No.
Because a rational person, a fucking reasonable, rational human being, could decipher, maybe see through some of this bullshit that they feed everybody on a daily basis. But they don't. They don't give a fuck. They just pick a side, and then they go for that confirmation bias where, like, I'm just going to tune in to who I know is saying, F those black people. I'm going to tune in to that station.
And that's all I'm going to listen to.
And I'm going to just repeat every fucking thing I hear.
In some other people who are on my friends list, I'm not going to say names because this is family, but I'm going to call you out on the fucking air, okay? Because then they were like, oh, well, you posted an article from MSNBC. You can't believe everything that you hear on the news. I'm like, yeah, but show me one other fucking news station who's saying what I just posted. Because that's the reason why I posted it. I didn't post it because it came from fucking MSNBC. I posted it because it's something you aren't hearing.
At least we recognize that MSNBC is
biased.
You don't recognize that Fox is biased. That's the
disconnect.
Those are the two polar opposites, like MSNBC and Fox. Those are two, on the ends of the spectrum. And there's other shit like CNN that fall in between. But
and I don't want to get into too much about this NBC thing though, because that's the story about Ferguson that I'm going to talk about later. Because there's a lot of fucking misinformation that's going around about this, and a lot of it is from fucking Republicans saying like how that there's no evidence of his hands being up and blah 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 blah. They open their mouth and shit comes out basically. Okay, like I say, I'm not a Democrat. I'll be called a liberal by every single fucking conservative, most probably. But
if you disagree with them, you're a liberal.
Exactly.
I'm a progressive.
Yeah, I'm a
progressive. I'm a realist.
Yeah.
And I'm a fucking patriot.
Yeah, that's why the name of the acoustic band that I was in was called The Realist, because I was just like, let's keep it real. I'm not about all this fucking, I'm going to play 80s fucking covers and stupid fucking songs to become popular musician. And that's another thing that's got me fucking sick with this city, dude. The music scene used to be good. You used to be able to go out and listen to good original bands. What was it? Soylent Green from here.
A lot-ish. I mean,
Acid Bath,
Crowbar,
Pantera. You've got a lot of badass bands that were created in this cesspool of poorness before fucking Katrina. Okay, and the scene that created these musicians is gone. It's all fucking gone. All the fucking little white kids want to make brass bands that sound like the black brass bands.
Well, you're listening, they're sitting at home with a fucking copy of Logic, making EDM music and fucking combing their hair into their eyes.
Yeah, and fucking doing these shitty fucking rap songs, and just completely ripping off every single 90s rap song or rap rock thing that you've heard throughout the fucking 90s. DP.
Or they listen to these bands. They're kind of like metal bands, but then they dress like glam rock bands from the 80s, and they're real like sparkling and shit. And then every song is like, and then it's like some singy part, like I am a singing right now, and then it goes. That's what it is. That's the formula. You fucking get a bunch of like real skinny like fucking Adam's Apple dudes and give them fucking gay ass like John Bon Jovi stylist haircuts, and like you get them tattoos on their necks and maybe some. Yeah, I've even seen them with gold teeth and white suburban kids. Ugh.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. We've got some popular bands in the city right now. Like, I mean, I did a pre-Thanksgiving show with Finn Fox, Cobra Brains, and Redemption Kings. Okay, in High, I forgot about High too.
Oubre.
Yeah, Craig Oubre. 5 bands. Guess how much the cover was, Mike?
Nothing.
Free. It was fucking free. You could go out and see 5 awesome fucking bands, myself included, because I think I'm fucking awesome. Fuck you. You go and see 5.
I am the best at being humble.
I mean, you could go and see 5 awesome bands for free. For fucking free. Go try and do that with fucking any of these other fucking bands that have this huge thing of popularity, and then the majority of their fucking set is covers.
Yeah. I mean, just fucking go out and have fun in the scene, man. Like, enjoy where you live, you know?
I play covers, okay? And I'm not attacking people who play covers. But if you go to see my original music, the majority of the music I play is original. I'm going to throw in covers just because, like, dude, they had me playing almost an hour. I wasn't planning on playing an hour. Like, I think it was like 45 minutes, something like that, dude. Like, but I was only scheduling like 30 minutes of original music, and I was going to play like 2 covers. And then so by like the last 2 or 3 songs, I was just like, fuck, I don't know what I'm going to play. And so like I had to keep playing covers. But, I mean, you've got bands that are cover bands and sell out big fucking venues.
Yeah.
Like, people, you were fucking sad. You were really, really, really sad. Like, I mean, if this is the type of shit that you want to go see, you might as well just take a fucking ice pick and stick it through your fucking ear. Just end it, dude. End it. Don't listen to anything new. Don't do anything that's gonna challenge your way of thinking. Don't ever try and think outside of the box.
Hey, bro, I like that white snake, bro. Yeah. Play that white snake, bro.
Fucking metric, man. But that's what I'm saying. It's like the music scene that's in this city now is fucking sad. It's fucking sad. And like I'm really thinking of just taking a hiatus from playing this shit. You want me to come and play at your place? Yeah, I'll play 3 hours of fucking covers. Pay me $600. I'll come play 3 hours of covers. You could pay me shitloads of money, and I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll play what the fuck I want. Because that's what I pretty much do already, you know? And I play covers, but I play covers of songs that I like, stuff that I want to hear, stuff that I want you to hear, stuff that I think that you don't know about, or stuff that I think that you should be reminded about. I'm not going to fucking play the top 40s hits that you want to fucking hear. If you want to hear that, there's 20 other fucking cover bands you could go listen to. It's not going to be me. I'm not going to fucking fit in that fucking mold.
You could go see, like, certain bands that, like, 50-year-old white dudes, and they're singing, like, from the window to the wall, to the sweat drip down my balls. Skeet, 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 skeet.
Yeah.
You're 50. You're fucking 50. You're white.
Yeah, play the shit that you like. Because that's what I'm saying. I'm going to name one band that plays covers, but it's songs that they like, and it's shit that I can respect. And that's Cold Turkey.
Yeah.
Cold Turkey is a good cover band. If you see those guys around, they're going to play everything. They're going to play Beatles, Elvis, Green Day, fucking Foo Fighters. They play everything. Like, it's not like this, oh, we're going to play the top 40 hits, and then we're going to be like... I mean, I was in a cover band that played Get Lucky, but I started playing it before everybody else did, because, you know...
Come too far.
Yeah, you know, you could go see 600 fucking bands that are going to do a cover of Get Lucky. And then I believe a new one's even got a DJ now. It's getting fucking bad, dude.
You know, it's been around so long, dude. Like, that scene has been popular forever. And now, just with the erosion of the original music scene, it's more
prevalent,
visible. Like, you see that scene is still ridiculously popular for some unknown reason. Like, why?
Because you know why? I could tell you exactly why. And I mean, the Christian school festivals is a good idea, but that's why it's fucking popular. Because these fucking rich uppity fucks who do nothing but go to, you know, all their kids' shit and stuff like that, and that's their only escape to get drunk and have any type of fucking fun.
I thought you went to an A. I thought you was going to say get drunk and have anal sex. I was like, wow.
Fuck, you got to do a lot when you're Christian. No, but I mean that's pretty much their escape. Their one and only escape is like the school fair or their kids' football or baseball games and stuff like that. And so I think that's kind of what created that scene, because those are the types of bands that these schools want, because they don't want anybody that's just going to go out there and play some type of music that might have a message that they don't want. You know what I'm saying? They want that corporately approved message, those top 40 hits. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to church. Skeet, 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 skeet.
Yeah. If fucking white people knew what skeet means. And we want to say, oh, well, how can you say America's racist? Because they don't know what fucking skeet means. If they weren't racist and they had a few black friends, they know what skeet means.
They can't even,
even if you watch Dave Chappelle.
Yeah.
If you watch Dave Chappelle, you should know what skeet means.
They even allude to it in the song.
Yeah.
He's like, sweat drips down my balls. All these females crawl. Skeet, skeet, skeet.
Yeah, but it's getting a bit fucking ridiculous, you know. Oh shit, dude, we're fucking going way over fucking time, dude. The producers are in my ear. Littlefoot, she's not with us this week. She's at Impastados getting shit-faced drunk. So if you hear a little short 5' -2 person screaming about red wine and she wants another bottle, that's Littlefoot. Yeah. That's what she was telling me a story about last year, dude.
Get into me.
Yeah, but in talking about the music scene, probably one of my last shows. Definitely, no. I'm playing one show with you guys before the end of the year, but
we're playing an acoustic set at that show.
Yeah,
that's gonna be tight.
And I want to talk to you about that too. But we gonna I think it's December 13th.
No,
December 13th is my show, Howlin' Wolf Den.
Oh yeah,
it's good. This is probably gonna be the last show that I ever headline, like, cause I'm giving up on the music scene basically. You know, until something improves. I'm not doing it anymore. It's not worth my time. So that's what I'm saying. If you want me to come play at your restaurant, yeah, $600. I'll come play. But it's December 13th. Show is at 10 o'clock. Doors are at 9. My good friend Nick Ray, whose EP release we're going to be playing December 26th, the day after Christmas at the Twist of Lime. He's going to be opening for me. He's going to do about an hour set, and I'm going to come and play a 2-hour set. I challenge any other band in this city to play a 2-hour fucking set besides Cold Turkey, because I've seen Cold Turkey do it. Cold Turkey can play like fucking 3 hours non-stop, not playing the same song twice. I just played my set at Warehouse Grill, 3 hours and 20 minutes non-stop.
Nice.
I challenge anybody to outplay me in a set continuously, because I will put your fucking dick in the dirt. That's all I'm gonna say.
Dirt, dick, you.
But you guys stick around. We got lots more fucking music coming. Got a lot more news. A lot more to talk about. We didn't even get into the Senate race, dude. I've been so fucking pissed off about the music scene in this shitty city. But we got a lot more to come. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While me and Mike go on a music break, check out youtube.com/truthseekerpodcast and facebook.com/truthseekerpodcast. Follow the Truth Seeker and read all the news stories. And there we go. That was Scapegoat Atmosphere. Before that was Less One Just Might Lose Breath.
Boom, boom.
Read me, my right's my left.
Eat cheese inside a jet.
I'll put fucking cheese fucking side of a jet engine. Jump up and down off of a fucking box now.
I want to hear a rap song about eating cheese in a jet. I'm sorry, hip hop. Hip hop. That's hip hop.
Hip hop is what you were just listening to. If you're listening to us on MixLR, which is www.mixlr.com/thetruthseeker. It sounded like you were jerking off or something, dude. Like, Oh yeah, it's a boys' night. If you didn't know, it's like it's sword
Penis
fight.
fight!
Yeah, we're sword fighting over here. Oh, Jesus Christ! And Littlefoot said by the time she gets home, that shit needs to be wrapped up.
Oh, yeah. You better wrap that dick up.
News.
In 3D.
Yeah. Our first news story is from Anonymous.
Oh.
AnonHQ.com. You might fear us.
Leave the door unlocked.
But it's President's Guide to an Open Internet for Net Neutrality. Republicans are trying to put the spin on this and tell you that it's Obamacare for the Internet, which, you know, is Ted Cruz, the Canadian that moved to Texas, and now he wants to tell you that he's not Spanish. He's the one that said that net neutrality is like Obamacare for the Internet.
Oh.
What
the fuck does that mean?
What net neutrality is a way to stop fucking corporations to control who gets what amount of bandwidth, to where they have to provide an open amount of bandwidth to everybody and not discriminate against who they do it. You know, like how cops do with Darky and fucking like, oh, he was going for his waistband. Pa pa pa.
He lives in the projects. Cut his bandwidth down a little bit. We don't want him to see YouTube videos.
Yeah, we don't want him to be able to pass around that information from his dash cam video, because they're starting to install them like they're doing in Germany. Because Germany, pretty much 99% of the people who live in Germany have dash cameras because of how many wrecks there are. Right. It's pretty much for insurance purposes why they do it, so they can prove who is wrong in an accident. Americans are starting to do it because cops like to kill people. So, you know, they like to write tickets, beat people, kill people. So people starting to install dash cams.
Yeah, and if you verbally abuse you for no reason.
Yeah, and you know, we've heard Mike's story about the police, Gretna cops, and I've even had it happen to me as a 13-year-old with Jefferson Parish. You know, just saying if he didn't have his badge on, he's going to beat my ass.
Yeah.
And that's why I was like, we'll take off the badge and we'll see how good you look on the news for beating up a 13-year-old. He shut the fuck up. Because that's what I'm saying. These dudes are cowards. Just like fucking racist. They're fucking cowards. You know when they got balls? When Facebook was invented. That's when they got balls. Whenever YouTube and all this social media where they could fucking attack you and not have to look you in the fucking eye. Which is something I want to talk about with Bill Cassidy. You didn't watch the debate, I take it, because you were still out of town, from what I know.
Yeah, I couldn't even log... For some reason, I couldn't even log on to the link to watch it online.
Well, this is what happened live, okay? Within the first 5 minutes, the feed started fucking up, okay? Then John Snell asked a question to Mary Landrieu. Mary Landrieu went first, okay? As she gives her response, goes black. The logo's not gone. The Fox 8 logo's still there. You know, saying going to fox8.com or whatever. That shit's not fucked up. But the feed's gone. Comes back. Bill Cassidy's talking and giving his response. So then it goes again. They ask a question. This time it goes to Cassidy. Okay? He gives his thing or whatever. It goes to Landrieu. Feed's gone.
Wow.
Dude, this happened for like 3 questions.
That's crazy.
Yeah. And so then you know what Fox 8 decided they were going to do? We're going to replay the debate tomorrow in its entirety at 1 p.m.
Who the fuck is at home
Exactly.
at 1 p.m. to watch this debate?
Not the working poor.
No.
Not the working poor who can't afford a DVR.
Not the people who need to see this.
Exactly. That's what happened. And dude, everybody was on the Fox 8 Facebook calling them out on it. And I think I'm the only one who went on there and said, you need to play this in prime time. This is your fuck up. This isn't the fucking voters' fault. This isn't our fault, that, who tuned in to watch this. This is your fault. You need to play this again in prime time when everybody's home and when everybody can watch it. And they didn't. They played it at 1 p.m. And I didn't watch the entirety of it, but the thing with Bill Cassidy was doing, he would not look John Snell in the eye. He would not look. The only time he looked in Mary Landrieu's direction is whenever he pointed out on the microphone, live on the air, that he was peeking over and reading her notes. Because she had him written down in her notes as Dr. Do Nothing.
That's funny, though.
Yeah. And he's like, I know where this is going. Dr. Do Nothing. Like, that's what he said. Bill Cassidy is a fucking asshole. Like, that's a person that if I see him in person, I'd probably spit in his face.
I might hit him.
Yeah.
Might hit him.
Because I saw Landrieu.
He's creepy, first of all. He's fucking creepy.
Yeah, he is. Oh, and dude, that fucking creepy smile, he was doing it all night. I'm gonna touch your children.
I've got dead people in my trunk.
Do you want me to use one finger or two?
I use my pants finger.
But yeah, he's doing the creepy fucking smile all night. Refuses to look anybody in the eye. The only time that he looked away from the camera was to look at Mary Landrieu's notes and act like an asshole. It looked like he was drinking prune juice.
This is good for your colon.
But, dude, I was less than 15 feet away from Mary Landrieu and had to stop myself from doing the same thing. Just because I was working. Like, I was in front of a company vehicle working on this building at Loyola. Juno Odenwald assholes try to fire me for my back.
Oh, backfiring ass motherfuckers.
That's the people who I had to call Steve Pettit for legal advice against because they were threatening to fire me for, a documented medical issue with my back from a motorcycle accident in 2006.
You don't need no backbones.
Yeah. And the funny thing, too, is that I would go to the job site and I'd get sent home because I couldn't do work because of my bad back. And then if I wouldn't come into work because of my back, they would blame it on music. Like, they just wanted to fire me. That's basically what it was. And since I work in a right-to-work state, I have no rights, and they can just fire me for whatever the fuck they want. And that's what they did.
Right to work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's the name of it.
Yeah, it's a right to...
It sounds weird.
But that's how they name shit. Citizens United. Does nothing to unite the citizens. Divides them. Gives the corporations all the power. And the corporations spend millions upon billions of dollars to fucking skew political campaigns.
Yeah, wow.
Like Bill Cassidy. Which was a picture I shared on my personal Facebook today. For Mary Landrieu. No, well, this was from Americans for Prosperity. In quotation marks, Koch brothers. That's who paid for that. Sent me a pamphlet saying that for the last 20 years, Mary Landrieu's been in Congress and worked with the president 97% of the time. Well, the president over the last 20 years were Republicans and Democrats. And because the thing that I said was that Republicans are fucking stupid. Because they don't know math and they don't know facts. So they write down facts on their pamphlets and don't see how it contradicts their argument.
See, they would read that, a Republican would read that and say, oh, fucking Obama's been president for 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah. But the thing is that Republicans count on you being that stupid. They know you're that stupid. They've paid money for studies to know you're that stupid.
Yeah.
And with the midterm elections, they proved it.
You don't really care. So why are you going out to vote?
Yep.
You don't give a fuck enough to know what the fuck you're talking about. Stop talking about it.
Yeah. And that's all over Fox 8. And it's more issues like that we're going to come to later on in the show. But I'm trying to keep it upbeat, and I'm trying to be more positive. And here's to trying.
News.
IMAX.
It gets better. Oh, shit. This next one's from collectiveevolution.com.
Ooh, sounds fancy.
Science proves that the human consciousness and our material world are intertwined.
Nice. I believe that. What is it? What are they talking about? I believe.
For quite some time now, physicists have been exploring the relationship between human consciousness and its relationship to the structure of matter. Previously, it was believed that Newtonian material universe was the foundation of our physical material reality. This all changed when scientists began to recognize that everything in the universe is made out of energy. And this is where I was talking about spirits and souls and shit like that. Because I don't believe in a God as much as I believe in science. There's science behind it. Quantum physics discovered that physical atoms are made up of vorticles of energy that are constantly spinning and vibrating. Matter, at its finest observable level, is energy, and human consciousness is connected to it. Human consciousness can influence its behavior and even restructure it.
It's like light photons.
Yeah.
They exist. Oh, I can't even. You ever seen that experiment when they shine light on two slits, and if they don't observe it, they have three spots of light that comes through?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's... But
that was shooting electrons.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
I thought it was light photons, right?
I thought it was electrons.
Well, photons of light, it'll penetrate a plant, and they actually travel through time the way they work.
Yeah.
Because they go through every possible lane, and when I can't even explain it properly.
See,
I'm going to stop.
No, because I think you're on the right page, but I'm pretty sure it was electrons, because I remember this story, because that's what it was. They cut a single slit in a piece of paper or something like that, a barrier in between the electron gun and an electron sensor.
Yeah.
And so what they were trying to do is videotape the electrons moving through the piece of the barrier or whatever with the slit. And whenever it was just one, the electron would just go through that one. It would shoot through it. Whenever there was two slits in it, it was just gone. Once it got to the barrier, it was like it was splitting in two and going through both of them, but doing it so that the scientists couldn't even watch it. Like, it knew it was being watched.
Yeah, once it was observed, it wasn't there anymore.
Yeah.
It's like Schrodinger's cat. Like, if a cat's in a box, it's both alive and dead at the same time.
Because, that's one of the first things into quantum physics. And because that's what they're trying to say, to study quantum physics, you kind of have to throw out everything you think about the physical world.
Yeah.
Because it's going to start changing the way you think of everything. That's why Stephen Hawking and a lot of these other scientists are saying that, the bending of space and time could quite be possible just because of the structure of the universe and the way that things are made. Wormholes could be possible. Star Trek and shit might not be far off. They weren't wrong with cell phones.
Right.
Now we all walk around with that shit.
Like, in any moment in time, the person with the worst phone in their pocket still has a computer that's more advanced than the first computers that were used at NASA to launch the first man into space, But, that's an incredible, and that's in less than 100 years,
Yeah, definitely, man. But you see, the thing that's even better, though, about this article is that this is exactly what Nikola Tesla said was real. He was like, we're connected to something. He was like, there is something bigger than us because of energy. Energy is everywhere, and it's free.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's definitely, there's a unifying energy through everything that exists.
Yes.
And if you want to call that God, whatever.
Yeah.
But
I call it aliens.
You definitely can.
I believe in ancient aliens.
It's the Thetans, man. They put them in a mountain, and they blew them up. And
No,
now
no,
they
not
live 'em.
Scientology.
You got to audit yourself, buddy.
I'm not Scientology. Ancient alien theory, or ancient astronaut theorists.
Yeah.
That's like how on History Channel, Ancient Aliens. I'm kind of more that way, bro. Like I think somebody came down and kind of steered us in a direction.
There's more evidence that happened, like physical, hard evidence
Yeah.
that we were visited at some point in
And
our
that's
history,
why I believe it.
than there is of Jesus.
Yes. There's a lot more evidence of that. Because, the stories of Jesus were taken from those stories, ancient Sumerians. Ancient Sumerians talked about gods coming down from the sky in ships and teaching them how to live and cultivate. And the stories of the light, the prophet, the way, having the 12 disciples, dying, resurrecting 3 days later, that's all ancient Sumerian text.
And it's all anthropomorphized, like astrological shit. Like
Yeah.
it's all
yeah.
based on astrology too. Like the story of the birth is like the three wise men followed.
Orion's belt.
Yeah, the three kings, and they also call that.
Yeah.
Followed the North Star, which is, and they followed it to the sunrise. So if they on the night before Christmas, all four of those stars line up, and to where they point in the horizon, that's where the sun is
rises.
So the
ancient
three
people
kings
were way-
follow the North Star and to the birth of the sun.
Ancient Sumerians are smarter than Republicans. That's how sad our country is. Because they don't even believe in fucking science and astrology and stuff like that. They think that God created me one day. Yeah, it looks like he rushed it.
Somebody was like, one of the social media sites was hashtagging the Bible, they're like calling it the Sheep Herder's Almanac.
Oh shit! But it says everything we call real is made of things that cannot be regarded as real. Niels Bohr was quoted saying, and I believe. Oh, there's somebody else, but it says the hypothesis of modern science starts from matter as the basis of basic reality, considering space to be an extension of the void. The phenomenon of creation of stable cosmic matter, therefore, goes beyond the scope of present science. The theory also neither pinpoints the source of cosmic energy that resides in the structure of matter, nor can it explain the cause of material properties that are experienced with the behavior of matter. These are, in brief, the limitations of modern scientific theories at most basic level of physical phenomena of nature. When a scientific theory cannot cope with the question of the very origin of the universal matter and energy, how could it ever grasp and explain phenomenon of consciousness in the evident in living beings?
Yeah, I don't know.
That was Paramahansa.
That dude's name is. It can't even be grasped.
No, I'm too stupid. I went to public school.
Get a graspable name before you try to say some deep, heavy shit about the
And
universe.
oh, dude, I didn't even see this. And look at this. The quantum double slit experiment.
Oh, yeah. They're not talking about ladies. I seen a porno one time, had a lady with a double slit. That was pretty quantum. It was pretty quantum.
But it was, I'm trying to find where it was at.
No. What? The slit?
Yeah, well, I'm
Trying to find the slit?
I'm trying to find what the experiment was of, though. In this experiment, a double slit optical system was used to test the possible roles of consciousness.
Optical. See? Optical.
Yeah, in the collapse of the quantum wave function. The ratio of the interference patterns, double slit spectral power to its single slit. Spectral power was predicted to decrease with the attention focused toward the double slit as compared to away from it. The study found that the factors associated with the consciousness significantly correlated to predicted ways with perturbations in the double slit interference pattern. For visual demonstrations of this experiment, click here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, The shit that I'm gonna post to you on Facebook pages and stuff, like if you're listening to this on YouTube and you're thinking I'm just like a crazy person and I'm just like babbling on, I am just babbling, and I might be a little crazy.
But I'm not a person.
But I'm not a person. No, I mean I'm reading from articles. These are like, scientific evidence, and
they do experiments.
Yeah, they do a lot more than what Fox News does.
They do peppermints. Experiments, wintergreen mints, all that. They do antithesis, they do controls, all that.
Yeah, but it says observation not only disturbs what has to be measured, they produce it. We compel the electron to assume a definite position. We ourselves produce the results of the measurement.
So it's like that whole...
But
it's like that whole... Like, that's what that secret shit is based on. Like,
yeah.
Like, what do they call it? I don't even know what they call it. It's so fucking, like, hokey pokey shit.
Yeah, I mean...
Hocus pocus? What am I saying? Hokey pokey?
The double slit thing?
But no, like, they based, kind of a whole, like, almost like culty religion on that kind of thing that you can, like, think about something and have an effect on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It will telekinesis.
It's called. I forget what it's called. I don't know. It's intention.
Yeah.
Like your intention changes shit.
Yeah.
Which is magic. It doesn't actually happen like that in the solid, the earth that in the world that you can feel with your fucking hands doesn't work by intention.
There's actually a religion that believes that. They're called Wiccans.
Oh, is it intention with Wiccan too?
Well, I mean, Wiccans, it's kind of... Did you see the movie The Craft? That girl.
Did you see the documentary, The Craft?
No. It wasn't a documentary. No. It was a movie. It was definitely... It had some real parts to it, though.
Is that the one with Tony Danza's daughter in it?
I think so.
No, Alyssa Milano. She played his daughter. And,
No, that wasn't it.
No,
it's
is that the one when they prayed the girl's skin disease away or whatever?
Yeah, that's it. It was kind of based on truths, like the invoking of the spirit. That's actually like something that they say they can do, and like it's a spell and shit like that.
Right.
The rule of 3: whatever you do comes back to you 3 times fold. It's karma. I mean, like they believe that. Like they try to recycle. Carpool, take care of the planet.
So you get 1 blowjob, you get 3 blowjobs.
Yeah, this is better than Joel Osteen.
That's what I believe.
I believe in blowjobs.
I believe the blowjobs is our future.
But Wiccan is like is a derivative of Druidism.
What is it? The Druids.
The Druids from like Ireland and
like the fucking whenever you see something like with Stonehenge in it, and then somebody gets kidnapped, it's always the Druids.
Yeah, it kind of like the origins of Halloween and spells and all that shit. Like it's paganism. That's pretty much what it is. But a lot of it was stolen by Catholicism.
Oh. Like Christmas.
Like Christmas and Halloween and Easter and
all of it.
Everything. The chalice, the sacrifice, the ceremony. The only thing the priest isn't doing, I think, is throwing around salt.
And then they go to Chuck E. Cheese after. That was old school.
That's another thing that's in the movie too.
Chuck E. Cheese?
No, Craft.
Oh.
The Craft. The girl tries to use the salt to protect her, and that's a true belief. Like they use salt for positive energy and to protect themselves.
That's voodoo too. Like people. I don't know if people still practice that, but you can read about it.
Yeah,
hoodoo or voodoo, whatever you want to call it. They use like brick dust to hit himself in the face with. I don't fucking know what they do. I'm just making. They don't do that.
but that's why I just consider myself an intelligent person. Because I don't practice all these things, but I know about these things.
Yeah, I know.
I don't just talk out of my ass and say like, "Oh, they're Muslims."
They had this Mormon church in Florida and it's ridiculous castle, dude. Like,
Jeez.
like the size of this block. The church, I wanted to stop in and see if I could score some of those underwear. But
Dude, you could see one of these fucking ridiculous mega churches close to New Orleans.
Mormon?
Not a Mormon, but a mega church.
Oh, you're talking about White Dove?
Not even, dude, bigger than White Dove.
That's
Bigger
a
than-
compound now, dude. White Dove is straight, like, they probably got AK-47 somewhere around that
Dude,
place.
way, way bigger than fucking, like an arena.
An arena?
Yeah,
Where is that?
Baton Rouge.
Oh, that one with the 3 crosses? Is that the one?
Not
right
even
on the
that one.
interstate? That one's small?
Well, that's like a way bigger compound. But this one's like, dude, on Sunday, they've got cops out there directing the traffic because of so many people are going to this fucking mega church.
It's one of these televised things?
No, I don't think so.
White Dove is televised.
Yeah.
That dude is actually pretty entertaining. I can't even lie.
Fucking people that I grew up with brought me to that church one time.
White Dove?
Yeah, because like they had that kids TV show, like that game show that they would do. That's what I went for. Like I just went to go like watch that TV show, and they tried to get you to join. Like once you go there, like they're trying to get you to come to church every day. We'll send the bus to pick you up. Yeah, fuck you. I just came here for the show. It was free.
We get your parents to come.
But you get off on Highland Road from New Orleans, and you take right on the Highland, and you go straight, and on your right-hand side, you'll see this giant fucking, like, arena church.
Jeez.
Yeah.
What kind of church is it? Like one of these new agey
I don't even know, dude. I hate them.
Christian?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. If you say that you follow the teachings of Jesus and you go to a church, you are a liar. You are a liar. Because Jesus preached against the churches.
The Lord wanted you to donate
All your
15% of your money before taxes so that we could build a giant castle.
Just like that meme that's been going around, what would Jesus do? It probably would involve flipping tables and chasing people with whips.
Jesus, in one of those books of the Bible that were taken out, Jesus killed some kid. He pushed him off a fucking shed or something and cracked his neck. And then everybody's like, Jesus, what did you do? And he's like, what's the big deal? And he just brings him back. But he killed a guy.
Yeah.
That's a weird story.
But
I don't know why I'm so excited about that, but I just think it's funny.
But like you got like Fox News people and even like MSNBC like stock market people saying that you can be like wealthy and want more and more money and still be connected to God. No, you can't. Jesus said you can't. Jesus said that it is easier for the camel to pass through an eye of a needle than a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven.
And on top of all that, it's not even real.
It's not even real. It's not real. But, I mean, in your fucked up religion, in the words that are in your book, that's what it says. I was an altar boy from, a bunch of years. We've talked about this on the podcast, okay? That's why I stopped going there. I didn't stop going there because it was like, Jesus is a bad guy and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, fuck these people. I was a poor kid from, the fucking ghetto in Bridge City who my parents are spending all the money that they had to send me to a Catholic school with rich kids who looked down on me because I didn't fucking wear the shit that they wore. I wasn't able to go out and buy me brand name shoes and clothes and stuff. I got made fun of all the time. Like, I was like a sensitive person and would cry. So I get made fun of. You know what I'm saying? Like, fucking... I hated the people that were at that place and demanded to go to a public school where my friends went to school because all my friends were poor like me. I didn't fucking hang out with rich kids.
You got some stupid shit that nobody needs.
Yeah. Oh shit. Littlefoot is on the loose. Littlefoot is on the loose. So we're gonna hurry up and cut to a music break right here and get set up so we can come back and get everything going right here. But don't go nowheres. We's coming right back. You want more of The Truth Seeker? Go to youtube.com/truthseekerpodcast and facebook.com/truthseekerpodcast. You can leave questions or comments and read all the news stories from the show. There we go. It's a little atmosphere, your glass house. Before that was trying to find a balance.
Well, yeah. Did you find the balance?
I found no fucking balance. Well, maybe a little bit.
Sometimes you be balancing.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know.
Oh, shit. We are graced with Littlefoot's presence. Now, she's not mic'd up, but she is in the room, very inebriated.
Hey!
Little feet. Foot. Both of her. She's little feet.
I'm stocking foot. I took my shoes off.
Stocking foot.
She's little feet. She doesn't have one big foot. One little foot. She's not big foot, little foot.
Nope.
She's both little feet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. Look at them. They're little.
I got 2 little feet, and they both hurt
Oh, no.
They do?
from wearing heels all day.
Oh, no.
If you think drugs
I
and
had to
politics...
stand up the whole time to see
Oh,
who
no.
was changing gifts.
Oh, no.
Don't talk.
Yeah, because,
Oh, no.
oh, no, Lucy. What you doing, Lucy?
News. I don't have anything prepared to say.
Huff Politics. So this is from Huffington Post.
I huffed politics one time.
Oh, shit. This is actually a story from Mike. Oh, shit. Cops fucking rolling.
What?
Cops be rolling.
They hating.
Trey Radell, busted on cocaine charge, voted for drug testing food stamp recipients.
Haha, fuck you.
Republican hypocrisy in action. And I've even experienced this with employers. Like they're very, very Republican, very, very proud of their Republican conservative values and how I'm not going to pay for drug users to be and have welfare with this fucking Obamacare. Fuck that shit. His son's on cocaine, on pills.
Fuck him.
Put him in fucking rehab.
They're pretty productive on cocaine.
Okay, Rick James.
I'm just trying to play the conservative devil's advocate.
Yeah, pasting and fucking looking out the window is productive.
Come on,
Littlefoot is saying that cocaine use is productive.
No, cocaine users are productive.
Cocaine users are productive.
And high energy.
High energy?
Yeah.
I find just that they're assholes.
Hey.
Also a
Okay,
side effect.
we got a lot of shit to do, but first we got to figure out where the fuck those voices are coming from.
Yeah, but this is a senator that's from Florida, right? Because I didn't even read this article, but I knew the headline. Is that?
I don't remember where he's from. I don't know.
Fuck Spill.
He's from Douchebag Town, USA.
Oh, actually, North Carolina.
North Carolina. Yeah. That place.
Oh wait,
is
no,
weird.
no. That's who wrote it. Shit, where is he?
Where is he from? Doop doop, boop boop, boop boop.
Yeah, the Florida Republican. See,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying, because I've heard this story before. Yeah, and I believe this is from 2013, too, because I'm looking at the date now. Yeah, 11/19/2013.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so this is
Oh, it's old.
Yeah, this is old news. But I've heard this before, and nobody talks about it, and so that's why I was like, yeah, we need to bring this up, because I have a lot of douchebag Republican friends on my Facebook page who post this type of shit. And you're fucking racist, basically. I don't give a fuck who you are and, you know, which one of you, the individual who's posting it, everybody who's posting it. It's some type of just fucking racial fucking profiling, because every time that they talk about welfare and stuff, it starts to come with the black stereotypes. Yeah. And then, you know, that's all the fuck they say. And it's just they're closet racist. Cowards to say what the fuck they want to say.
They like to defend it. If I have to take a drug test to work, those people should have to take a drug test.
And you want to know what Mary Landrieu said to that?
Wow.
During the debate?
What'd she say?
She said, okay, well, if we're going to drug test people on welfare, how about the people who run oil companies?
No, she said anyone who gets a
government subsidy.
Yeah.
Whoever gets a government subsidy should be forced to drug test.
I agree.
Like oil companies.
Yeah. don't just pretend.
That, yeah.
She said, she was like, I'm not going to sit here. She's like, I think I may have voted for it before. I'm not going to say I haven't. I need to check my record. That's what she said.
Right.
She did say that. She said, I may have voted for drug testing welfare people on welfare before, but I'm not positive. And
the thing about it is,
she's on drugs.
yeah, but she said, she's like, I'm not going to sit here and attack poor people for needing government assistance whenever you have a lot of other people who are taking a lot more government money.
the thing about it is, the reason people are so passionate about it is because it elicits an emotional response. Like, I have to take a drug test, why shouldn't they? They don't think about it. Like, do you honestly believe, okay, in the entire population of the United States, 1% of all people do illegal drugs. 1% of the entire population. What makes you think that 1%, that number would be higher among welfare recipients? Why would you think, what evidence do you have to assume that? You have,
that is what she said,
She
too.
said that too, yeah.
She said that.
you have zero evidence to assume that 1% would be higher amongst welfare. So you're making a bet. Like, the money that we have to spend to drug test every welfare recipient, we bet that money against what we'll save by taking it away from everybody, because all these people on welfare are on drugs. He's making bets.
Yeah, she also said that too.
You're making bets.
Yeah. So that's why watching the debates is important. Okay, because if you don't watch the debates and you don't see things like that, you can't make an intelligent decision. And most of these people who were saying these racist type fucking things, part of the Republican Party, they're not gonna watch it because they're like, I got my mind made up. I already voted. I went and I voted early. Bye bye, Mary, Miss Piggy. That's all they'll call it.
I don't know who it was. If it was Charlie, it was Crist or Rick Scott. Charlie Crist or Rick Scott is one of these Florida Republican douchebags. They were the one that came up. I'm pretty sure it was Rick Scott, but they came up with this fucking idea, and he owns drug testing companies.
Yep.
Why is this dude not in jail?
Drug testers
Because the leader of the FDA is the former CEO of Monsanto. Because the fucking former Attorney General, you know, has been fucking working with cops and shit like that, and fucking knows how corrupt the system is, and fucking abused it. I mean, it's a complete conflict of interest.
Comparative
FCC.
to blood tests and other available tests, drug tests are really expensive because it needs a quick turnaround. They want to know if drugs are in your system today. As opposed to diabetes, they don't care how long you've had it. Fucking send that shit off for a week. It'll cost 30 cents. Were you doing crack this morning? That's $10. They want to know right now. And I mean, that's a lot for an insurance company to pay out on a test. Shit's expensive.
Yeah.
Shit.
People
Okay.
that are drug testing are making a lot of money, I'm just saying.
It's coming through all right, Josh.
Well, whenever she's talking, I'm just trying to hit it up a little bit, though.
It's making the background
okay.
really fucked up.
Yeah, but I was just trying to crank it up because she was just going for a while. But I'm not saying you were talking too much. You were making a good point. I wanted it to get out there. Even inebriated Littlefoot's making good points.
She good like that. She good. She good.
Good.
And so, I mean, yeah, it's a really, really fucked up situation to just try and go after fucking poor people like that because it's
All
bullshit.
people do drugs equally.
Yeah, all people do. Like that's what the studies have shown. White people use drugs just as much as black people use drugs, and as Hispanic or Asian or whatever it is, whatever nationality it is, everybody uses drugs about the same amount.
As well as rich and poor. So
As well as rich and poor. Yeah.
Socioeconomic as well.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what it
all
is.
party and monetary lines.
And guess what that
Good weed is good weed.
But like Mike said though, that the global population of drug users is 1%, right?
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Well, in the United States.
In the United States. You know what it was whenever the drug war started 30 years ago?
1%.
1%.
Yeah.
So you're spending billions of dollars on militarizing a police force who are abusing black people and also white people. Because we also have those videos too.
We're coming, dude. We gotta be coming up on 2 hours already, right?
Oh yeah, man. We're coming up on it, dude.
How long do we have on MixLR?
127
left?
Yeah.
That we can go?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we got time, man.
You're
Okay.
spending millions, you're making millions.
Yeah, but they got this video of this kid from St. Louis. St. Louis kid dash cam.
If you know anything about St. Louis,
cops,
you know what Nelly taught us is that you can find the A in St. Louis. That's all I know about St.
I
Louis.
just thought you needed a Band-Aid on your face.
That's probably because of Ferguson police.
Fucking Nelly getting beat up by the popo.
Even in 03.
Yeah, but it's what because I got this video on my profile, so I got to look it up real quick. Sorry, guys, but this is like really important to understand what's going on in the St. Louis Ferguson area because this has nothing to do with Michael Brown. I'm just gonna put that there. You know, this has nothing to do with that situation or what happened with the shooting with Darren Wilson. Anything like that. This is about a completely separate incident, but with the St. Louis PD, PD did, which is the DA who presented the grand jury evidence to the grand jury, who were the prosecutors. There are no defenders in this case. The prosecution decides what evidence it's going to bring forward and then gives it to the grand jury. And which they did is that they lied to the grand jury. The assistant DA did. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, but I just got the video up, and what happened was that this kid got a ticket, and he thought it was unfair he got that ticket. And so he put a dash cam up in his car to start catching his interactions with the police. And this news story, which is about 4 minutes, is his encounter. And so here we go.
American Morning, the most news in the morning, period. Weekdays 6 Eastern.
You want to try me? You want to try me tonight? You think you have a bad night? I will ruin your night. You want to try me? Do you want to try me, young boy? You want to try me tonight, young boy? You want to go to jail for some reason I come up with? You want to see who knows the law better, me or you?
The officer was suspended after that tape was posted on YouTube and Google. Brett Darrow is the man who was behind the wheel who had rigged up that camera, and he joins me now from St. Louis. Brett, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
Were you scared when the officer started screaming at you?
Yeah, I was extremely scared. I thought I might get hurt or assaulted. I didn't know what was going to happen.
Let's listen to a little bit more of the confrontation. This is with Sergeant James Kenline.
Ever get smart mouth with a cop again, I show you what a cop does. You understand me? Try and talk back. Talk back to me again. And I bet I can say you resisted arrest or something. You want to come up with something? I come up with 9 things.
So he appears to be saying he's going to make up charges against you. Your decision at that point was to put this video onto the internet so that others could see it and hear it for themselves. Did you try to go to the police and say, this is what happened to me?
Well, actually, I kind of just posted it among friends, and a couple of friends spread it. out over the internet, and people were so outraged, and I had so much support that it just basically took off on its own. I didn't have to do anything. I woke up one morning and it was everywhere.
This officer has since been put on unpaid suspension right now, condemned by his supervisors. But let's answer a couple of the questions he asked you before the tirade. He was saying, what are you doing in a commuter parking lot at 2 o'clock in the morning? What were you doing there?
I was meeting up with my friend to get my cell phone that I left at their house. I just pulled in there. It's a 24-hour commuter lot. I figured that it wouldn't be suspicious, but the officer thought otherwise, I guess. And
then you didn't immediately give him your ID. Why didn't you just do it since it was, 2 o'clock in the morning and you were there by yourself?
Well, when he asked me for it, I started to get it out, and as I was getting out of my wallet, I asked him, had I done something wrong? If there was a problem, if they were looking for someone, I wanted to help, figure out what was going on.
And why did you have the dash cam in the first place?
Well, actually, about a year and a half ago, I got a traffic ticket. I didn't think I deserved it. There was really no way for me to prove my side. I thought, well, what better way than to have video evidence if I get another one ever again? And I guess it helped out this time.
All right, but real quick, before we let you go, let's just hear a little bit more of this confrontation.
I might give you a ticket for that. When we come up with some more, when you turned in, you failed to use your turn signal, the right turn signal. You want to try me some more? Huh? Come on, smart. Give me an attitude a little bit more. I bet you I can guarantee I told this car by the time I'm done.
Do you think that unpaid suspension is enough? What would you like to see happen to this officer?
I'd like to see the officer fired. I thought his conduct was ridiculous, and now the patrol car video is missing. The chief can't find it, so I think this officer needs to be fired.
Did you end up getting a ticket?
No, actually, I think he realized that with my camera that he would just escalate the situation more by giving me a ticket or arresting me that night.
And there you go. Fucking asshole cop. Pretty much showing that he's an asshole. And yelling at this fucking kid. And the thing is that that's a white kid. So just imagine if that kid was black. And this is in 2009. So this is years ago.
You don't ever do nothing I don't like. I'm doing a hissy fit right now. I'm so mad that you would have the nerve to question me and my authority.
Yeah, and that's what it is. It's a fucking dick measuring contest with these guys. That's all it is. Like you said. Fucking, now your dick's bigger than his now. You proved your point.
Yep. It is. And that dude always says two types of people that do it. People who actually want to help.
Yeah.
And people who are fucking mad and got bullied when they were little or something.
Yeah. And the funny shit is that once the Ferguson verdict was read, I actually had one of these Republican friends on my Facebook share a video of Chris Rock with the "How to Not Get Beat by the Police" thing and say, "Oh, watch and learn." Like that's the type of things that these people do. Okay.
The problem is that Chris Rock, as a observationalist, even came up with that. That's the problem.
But you see,
know what I'm saying? Like,
and then the thing that he says
it
in the skit,
shouldn't be a thing that exists.
The thing that he says in the skit is, if you don't want to get beat, get a white friend. That's in the skit. Like, so it's like he's pointing out the racism. You're posting this and kind of like saying like, haha, fuck you,
Chris
don't
Rock
fuck with
is
the
on
cops.
our side.
Yeah, don't fuck with the cops. They're just fucking ignorant. They have no idea what they're even saying.
I mean, really, I'm just chiming in again. It's not ignorance, it's a propaganda tool. Like, if a white person's saying it, it's not going to have the same meaning as if a black person is saying it. So they get a clip of a black person saying it, and that's a propaganda
Yeah, but the black person's even saying that if you don't want to get beat, you have a white friend in the car with you.
They don't show that part, and it comes out sounding different if a black person says it as opposed to a white person.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's in the clip that he shared, which was why it doesn't make sense. That's why, like, it fucking confuses me. Yeah, it's fucking insane. That's what I'm fucking saying. Okay. But Chris Rock, I've got to put a freaking, another fucking thing here, fucking up with the music and shit again.
News.
In Technicolor.
We're getting older. We're getting older. But this is Huffington Post again. And Chris Rock says, if poor people knew how rich people are, there would be riots.
There were riots for that. And then the cops spraying people with bear mace.
Yeah, exactly. It was called the Occupy movement. And he says, this was from a New York Magazine interview. If poor people knew how rich people are, there would be riots in the streets. The multi-millionaire comedian pointed out that poor people would be particularly shocked if they knew all the perks rich people get for being rich. If the average person could see the Virgin Airlines first class lounge, they'd go, "What? What? This is food and it's free?" And they, "What? A massage? Are you kidding me?" That's his quote. So Virgin Atlantic didn't respond to the Huffington Post request for comment. Lavish air travel is just the start. Rich people often get paid to wear jewelry. They get paid to lose weight. They're given free laptops and TVs. They also get paid thousands of dollars to just show up at clubs. They get gift bags for attending big award shows, bags filled with goodies worth $20,000, worth more than a full-time minimum wage worker's earnings in a year. Their kids' birthday parties have corporate sponsors. The divide between the haves and the have-nots is nothing new in America. But in recent decades, the gap is getting wider and the middle class shrinks. And the very rich Americans keep getting richer. Meanwhile, economists are warning that if the world is heading toward a Gilded Age levels of inequality, unless we do something to stop it, it's already worse than most of us realize. And I mean, I realize it just because I'm fucking at the bottom of the fucking food chain.
Yeah. Fuck that.
It's
let's just start showing up at these things.
Showing up at what?
Like they're starting to do Hollywood style things here, right?
Yeah.
Let's just show up at them, crash them, see what happens. See if we can get some of these $40,000 gift bags.
The thing is, though, is that these people are so fucking snooty and highbrow and think that they're so much fucking better than you, dude. And then the Gestapo or the police, they work for these people.
Right.
I mean, they control them. That's why, like, the True Secret cover photo for a long, long time was the NYPD protecting Chase Bank. Because that's what matters to them.
It does. That's what matters.
Because you know who J.P. Morgan Chase owns, right?
Bruce Lee?
Oh.
That was my favorite. Like Bruce Lee sounds like Bruce Lee.
No. The Federal Reserve.
Oh.
I would have never guessed that.
Boo them.
Yeah, we'll play another one. Boo. Fucking Federal Reserve.
I don't know how to do the money sound effects.
What are the money sound effects?
Like
boom, 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 boom.
coins dropping, money flipping. Yeah. That's elevated.
Is he squeezing Donald Duck in this song?
Yep, that's the one.
Money, fucking A. News.
There was also a conversation with Chris Rock about the Ferguson events.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
What'd he say?
This was from Vulture.com.
Did he set it up in Chris Rock fashion? Read me the first line of what he says, and I'll do Chris Rock fashion.
All right. Jon Stewart has said the reason Fox News works better than CNN is because the people at Fox News figured out how to make themselves into victims.
That's the first line Chris Rock said?
Yeah.
The people at Fox News figure out how to make themselves into victims. The people at Fox News figured out how to make themselves... The people! Like he says the first part of the joke like...
3 times.
6 or 8. Yeah.
Yeah, he does do that shit.
Yeah, he's a repeater. Yeah, I'm a repeater too, though.
Yeah.
You're
He
just
said...
barely less annoying than him.
I hate when he wears leather suits. I hate anybody that wears a leather suit.
But he says, so will it be... the question was...
I hate cows.
You must not like Hindus. So will it be harder for Republicans to play the victims? And he says they have no problem playing the victims.
Republicans?
Yeah.
No, they don't.
Even in victory, he says, even in victory, America, not black America, but America as a whole, started in England and was ruled by kings and queens and had a class system. I'm almost of the mindset that that's where America wants it. That's what America wants at the end of the day. Maybe America wants monopolies.
I don't like Monopoly.
Yeah. He said, and then, like, that's kind of where the thing starts.
So Chris Rock thinks that America wants like a monarchy thing happening? Is that who said that? Chris Rock?
Yeah, Chris Rock.
That seems pretty intelligent, I guess. I don't know. I didn't think he was capable of that type of stuff.
Yeah. But you see, and then this is awesome though, because Bill Maher's starting to lose me with his racist Muslim shit, and I'm going to call Bill Maher racist. Because that's pretty much what he's doing, trying to blanket all Muslims as terrorists, and that's what he's been doing on Real Time.
It works for him because he's kind of anti-religion.
Yeah,
and it's not it's not passively anti-religious. It's like actively anti-religious. Like he wants to offend religious people.
Yeah,
so.
but this is like just a step too far. Like it is for me. Like he's not a liberal anymore, but. One of the questions was, what do you make on the attempt to bar Bill Maher from speaking at Berkeley for his riff on Muslims? And he's like, well, I love Bill, but I stopped playing colleges, and the reason is because they're way too conservative. Their political views, and he's like, no, not the political views, not like they're voting Republicans, but in their social views and their willingness not to offend anybody. Kids raised on a culture of, we're not going to keep score in the game because we don't want anybody to lose, or just ignoring race to a fault. You can't say the black kid over there. No, it's the guy with the red shoes or whatever. You can't be offensive in any way of being offensive. But I mean, like, I do that too, though. Like, I mean, that's not really, I'm the white guy. That's the black guy. That's like the Asian guy. Like, it's
yeah, it's that new thing, like the hypersensitivity to everything.
Yeah. Like, I don't get that. Like, because, I mean, I can talk to people like that. And like I said, like, I have black friends. And, like, that's what I don't say African Americans and stuff like that. It's black people, it's white people. Like, there's too many, like you said, PC terms. Like, everybody is way too fucking sensitive. And nobody wants to talk about anything. And that's why this Ferguson shit is just blowing up like it is. Because... I mean, you do have this racist part of America where, the white people, they love their fucking... It's God, America, soldiers, police, firemen, and fucking Kenny Rogers singing God Bless America, whatever the fuck that song is. I'm proud to be American. Like, that's on every grandpa's playlist, okay?
They go ape shit over that shit, man.
Yeah, they love that. They fucking love that shit, dude. They start crying.
Well, at least I know I'm free.
Like an old man that, like, if you fall and, like, break your fucking ankle, he's like, man up, you fucking pussy. And then he hears fucking Kenny Rogers singing, I'm proud to be. He's, like, fucking weeping like a little bitch.
And I won't forgive the man who died to kill brown people for me.
Oh shit!
Cold pizza.
Got food for free.
I'm trying to get to the point though, where he's
What part?
to the Ferguson.
Oh, Ferguson?
Yeah.
Oh, Ferguson. Oh,
Oh,
Ferguson.
Ferguson, oh, Ferguson.
We don't like what is going on, really. We we accept your plight as people, but we don't agree with the looting, and we also don't agree with the police killing black people. This is a weird song. We recognize it. I'm just trying to fill up some time.
Okay, here we go. I got it. What would you do in Ferguson that a standard reporter wouldn't? He's like, I'd do it special on race, but I'd have no black people. And he's
Who
like,
said that?
Chris Rock. This is Chris Rock. This is what he's saying. Okay, and he's like, well, that would be much more revealing. He's like, yes, that would be an event. Here's the thing. When we talk about race relations in America or racial progress, it's all nonsense. There are no race relations. White people were crazy. Now they're not as crazy. To say that black people have made progress would say that they deserve what happened to them before. And he says, right, it's ridiculous. So to say Obama is progress is saying that he's the first black person that is qualified to be president. That's not black progress. That's white progress. There's been black people qualified to be president for hundreds of years. If you saw Tina Turner and Ike having a lovely breakfast over there, would you say their relationship improved? Some people would, but a smart person would go, oh, he stopped punching her in the face. It's not up to her. Ike and Tina Turner's relationship has nothing to do with Tina Turner. Nothing. It just doesn't. The question is, you know, my kids are smart, educated, beautiful, polite children. They have been smart, educated, beautiful, polite black children for hundreds of years. The advantage that my children have is that my children are encountering the nicest white people that America has ever produced. Let's hope America keeps producing nicer white people. And then the next question is it's about the white people adjusting to a new reality. And he says owning their actions. Not even their actions. The actions of your dad. Yeah, it's unfair that you can get judged by something you didn't do, but it's also unfair that you inherit money that you didn't work for. Would you seek out someone to interview who might not normally be sought out? I would get an interview with somebody, and I would put something in your ear, and I'd ask questions through you. And he said, you'd have a white guy? And he's like, da-da-da. And I would ask them questions that you would never come up with. And we'd have the most amazing interviews ever. Just white people. We know how black people feel about Ferguson. Outraged, upset, cheated by the system, all these things. And he said, so you think people could be lulled into saying outrageous shit they feel? Michael Moore has no problem getting it, because he looks like them. But the problem is the press accepts racism. It's had never dug into it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and that is the thing, dude. It's like, it's this inherited system where, like, the system was built to oppress a certain group of people. I mean, that's how it was built.
But it is built. It's not black and white, though. It's about,
yeah, now it's more about, but like
it was.
But racial profiling and stuff like that doesn't happen to white people. White people are getting locked up as much as black people are for nonviolent drug offenses. You know what I'm saying? A certain group of people are being targeted and, you know, manipulated by this system more so than another. We're getting targeted as far as tickets because they know, oh, I could just keep writing him a ticket and he'll pay me money. A poor black person, they don't have money to pay the fucking ticket. So what? You put him in fucking jail. Now you're getting a subsidy from the government for this private corporation to put him in a fucking prison. You know, it's that type of way that the system attacks the different groups of society.
Oh yeah, but it's not. I mean, it could be almost that they want racist cops because
Yeah.
typically,
Yeah, definitely.
white people have had like 200 years head start in America on black people.
Yeah.
Financially, like monetarily.
Yes.
Not all white people are rich. Some of us, their great grandparents came here like, maybe
We're
80 years
immigrants.
ago,
Yeah.
and now they're, but, there's old white money. That's true.
Yes.
All right. So typically, more poor people are black. So it's easier to profile poor people by the color of their skin than it is, any other way. So if you indoctrinate these racist police to do your dirty work for you, we sort them out. We fucking give the white people the tickets, and they go to work and they pay taxes and blah blah blah, and we give the black people, all the poor people, we give them the subsidies, like the government stuff,
Food stamps, welfare.
we destroy
SNAP,
we take all the schools out of their communities,
so they can't educate themselves.
yeah,
and
we
make
keep
more
them
money.
We keep them poor. We keep them there. We keep them fucking, and then we put them through the system and give our buddies money for because they get fucking $40,000 a year for every black guy that's stuck in jail because he had a joint in his pocket.
I worked on Conti and Broad in Mid City, and that's predominantly black poor neighborhood. But everybody there walks back and forth to the grocery store. If they're not walking, they got a bicycle. But I mean, most of them is they can't afford vehicles. But like, they're productive members of society. Like, they would always come to this tire shop I'm at, and like hey, I just need to get air or whatever, and I would just fill this shit up, But I mean, the system is built in a way to keep a certain,
But not because they're black, because they're poor.
poor. Yeah,
Well, it's a new kind of slavery.
yeah.
Just to be
That's because
You're
whenever slaves were freed, they were just like, we're just gonna enslave all the poor people. Like, fuck it.
You're free, but we're still gonna,
Control
live our
you.
cushy life and fucking, not have these people with ideas of their own.
That's what America is now. It's a service industry.
Mm-hmm.
There's no longer fucking manufacturing jobs where people can make a decent living and be like, educated, skilled laborers.
Yeah, I mean, just black people get the worst end of it because they have the least money as a culture.
Yeah.
And so, therefore, they have the least ability to fight back.
Yeah.
So the only way they can fight back is they go out and they fucking destroy shit.
Yeah, because
they get on the news, they get it seen.
Yeah, they say
let
that
you know it's
That's what I was
happening.
gonna say, and they're propagandized into being this horrible fucking race that like is ruining society when it's only society that's showing them ruining the society.
Yeah, but the thing that I thought that was hilarious is because like the parts of video I saw of the destruction in Ferguson and stuff like that, where like the corporate businesses and stuff were there, just cars were set on fire in front of those. And then it was like the churches and the businesses that were locally owned by the people of Ferguson who were protesting and stuff like that. Those are the ones that burned down. It wasn't the fucking corporation.
Did you
shit.
see that video with like the militarized police force setting fire to cars?
And that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because they're right in front of an advanced auto parts.
Yeah.
They're in front of an advanced auto parts. And they have control of the street. But yet there's fucking cars on fire down it. And those are all corporate businesses. Like if you look down at, it's like a fucking McDonald's and advanced auto parts. I think, shit, I saw some other fucking signs. But some of them were local. But it was a pastor or something like that of a church. He owned the church and said that, he's been very vocal in the Ferguson protest and standing up for Michael Brown and everything like that, and was threatened by the Ku Klux Klan that they were going to burn his fucking church down. And then guess what happened after the fucking verdict and the protest and shit? Fucking church burned down. And that's what he said. He's like, I know it was them. They threatened me, and they were going to do it, and they know that I'm actively involved in the protest. So they probably waited for me to go to the protest, came and burned down the fucking church. He's like, yeah, I didn't see it, but, and And that's the shit that I've been hearing too. It's the local stores, like the one that they said that Michael Brown allegedly robbed. And because we were talking, me and Mike were talking about this earlier, because he was bringing up the point of there was that videotape of supposedly Michael Brown stealing the cigars.
Michael Brown, it was just a black dude.
Yeah,
but if you look, okay, this is what gives it some validity, because there's another angle of that video that you don't see on MSNBC. You don't see the angle. You see the part of the video where Michael Brown is in the store and he goes to walk out.
Yeah.
Right? They don't flip it around and show you the second angle. There's a second angle to that video where you see Michael Brown push this little, like, Indian guy. You see him push him. Have you ever seen that part of the video?
I don't think so.
See? Red hat, gray shirt, khaki shorts, right? That's what he's wearing.
I think so.
That's what that's the guy that pushed him, and that's the guy who's dead in the
To
street.
me, in the video, it looks a lot more green, that shirt. It looks like a fucking, like, olive almost color.
Might be colorblind.
Maybe.
He definitely robbed the store. Well, not robbed it, but took whatever he wanted.
Well,
It seems like the clerk didn't want to sell him cigars or something, so he snatched the whole box and walked out. But still, even if he did do that,
that doesn't mean
he gets killed in the street.
Yeah.
He and the owner that they interviewed, I don't know if it's the same owner or whatever,
Yeah.
said he didn't steal the fucking anything.
Yeah,
from
that's
the store.
that, and that was the point that I brought up, was that
Well, I think that guy said no, because he knew.
Or
I mean, they
he
came
didn't
back
get
and fucking
involved,
trashed his
yeah.
store anyway. So, I mean, he didn't want his store to be retaliated against, is what I think.
Yeah, even if he stole everything out of the store, even if he went in the store and fucking kidnapped the dude that owned it, that doesn't mean you kill the fucking person that perpetrated.
But that
that
wasn't
crime.
even why Darren Wilson stopped him.
Yeah,
Darren
he stopped him
Wilson
because he was walking in
the
the
street. He wasn't walking on the sidewalk.
Charged him and he was
No, he
feared
wasn't
for his
wa-
life.
He was walking in the street. Darren Wilson told him something, and then that's when he charged him or whatever and went through the window.
Clearly it's not appropriate.
Yeah, but what the eyewitnesses around say happened was that Darren Wilson screamed out the window at Michael Brown to get the fuck out the street or something to that effect, and then drove up on him and stopped right with his door up on Mike Brown, like to where if he would have opened it, he would have hit him, and then grabbed him and pulled him through the fucking window. That's what the eyewitnesses say happened. And like he tries to say that it was a fight for his life. The body was about like 175 feet away from the car. So if there was a fight inside of the car, and that's how he shoots him and kills him or whatever, why is he 178 feet from the car?
That seems like a more appropriate version of what happened. Especially since I have, like, a family member who was, like, a white dude rollerblading in a suburban neighborhood who had a similar type situation but was hit by the cop and was then arrested for resisting arrest.
Yeah.
On rollerblades.
Oh, I knew. Dude, I've been
Jack
arrested.
Russell Terrier on a leash.
Yeah.
I've been arrested for interfering with a police investigation.
Yeah, they'll arrest you for anything.
It's like they could just make up anything they want.
Sounds about right. Just this
And if
time
you
they
listen
ended
to
up
the St.
getting
Louis
a fucked
PD
up
thing,
situation.
that's exactly what he did. He just went ahead and decided that he was going to fucking make up whatever fucking story he really needed to make up and then be done with it.
News, news.
Because this is like the big news story that isn't being talked about on mainstream media, and it's the big part of this whole grand jury thing in Ferguson, which stinks the most, and the thing that kind of has to be brought to light for any type of closure to come of this. Because this is from Addicting Info, but it's about a news story that was done on MSNBC. I forgot the guy's name. But Darren Wilson's grand jurors were told to base decision on a law ruled unconstitutional in 1985. Okay, and it was the last word with Lawrence O'Donnell. That's him. He highlighted the chilling fact about the Ferguson grand jury thing. And it was a 1979 Missouri state law that stated that all a suspect had to do was be fleeing from the scene and resisting arrest, and that was just enough cause to shoot and kill.
And that was ruled unconstitutional.
It was ruled unconstitutional in 1985 by the Federal Supreme Court. Huh?
Nothing.
Oh. Several weeks later, they provide a revised version of the law. And, you know, the one that stated that it wasn't constitutional to do this.
Right.
The jurors asked for clarification, saying, so which law, you know, like, what are we supposed to do with this? And the quote from the assistant DA was, "You figure it out." That's
Also,
not how a grand
They
jury.
said that to 9 white people.
They said that to 9 white people.
Just so you know.
Yeah. So, and what was it?
Selected.
And it was 12 jurors, and what was it, 9-3
Yeah,
decision?
9 people to be a majority vote, and the jury that was pre-selected
Had 9 white people and 3 black people.
Like, that's still not a fucking unbiased jury. Just because you put 9 white people on it.
Why don't you put 5 and 5?
And
Yeah.
your fucking
Oh,
Supreme Court jury needs 9 votes
because this
to
and
make
this is
something a decision doesn't mean it's an unbiased vote.
yeah, this is the
You
St.
just
Louis
know how
court
many
system.
votes you fucking need.
Yeah, this is just the St. Louis court, like stacking the deck, basically. And there is no defense attorneys in these grand jury things, so it's only the prosecutor. He decides which evidence he's going to bring forward and show to the grand jury.
And he is supposed to bring the best evidence
To convict him.
to convince these people to bring it to trial. Like, he's not supposed to be like hiding shit and blah blah blah. He's supposed to actually get it to trial. That's his
and
job.
he doesn't.
Yeah.
Because you know why? He's 5 for 5 for getting cops off in grand jury cases. 5 for 5. Every time he's wanted to indict, a citizen, he's perfect. 4 for 4.
And is the DA an elected position in St. Louis? Do we know that?
Yeah,
it is.
And but the St. Louis DA is the St. Louis area is predominantly white.
Yeah.
Ferguson is like the suburb of St. Louis that's a majority black, with a 99% rate of white police officers that govern it. So you got a predominantly black area with black people and white cops who come in and fucking do this type of shit.
Seems legit.
Yeah, and
seems fair. So are they bussing in black cops from Ferguson to police St. Louis?
Well, this would it was a black cop. He had an irate white person that he was trying to deal with. He hit him with a baton, put him in his cop car, didn't write up a police report, drove him home, and let him go. And fucking he got him indicted on a grand jury and fired him.
Wow.
Same DA. That's what I'm saying. Like, everything about it is fucked up. And the only people who were happy with this decision and were like, okay, we need to move on, are the racist white people.
Yeah.
The ones that are posting, we need drug tests for welfare. Fuck you, Obama. You letting all these immigrants come in and getting all this free health care and this free fucking food stamps and shit like that. He's deported more immigrants than any other president in the history of the United States of America. Oh, they just come back in. They just come back in.
And then Obama give them free stuff. You go to Obama's house for dinner. Eating Obama food that we bought.
He's eating on China. You know what I'm eating on China net.
You know who else ate off that China? Abraham Lincoln. George Washington. No, I'm pretty sure they changed to China. No, they didn't.
They're using the same silver. No, they hawked it along with the gold from Fort Knox. No.
I know. I'm American.
Our gold is there in Fort Knox because you know why? The Federal Reserve told me so. They told me my gold is there, so I believe them. Because you know why? They told me that Muslims is terrorists. They're terrorists and they're Muslims.
They brown, and I don't like them. They got names like Lick Lack Mook Lock Lock. I don't care for it.
Gaddafi.
And
Abraham, what kind of name? What kind of? I can't even say it. I'm laughing. Fuck. Never mind. Maybe I'll say it another day. What kind of name is Muhammad? Why don't you give the boy a good biblical name?
News.
In quadraphonic stereo surround sound. I don't even know if that's a thing.
This video is from RT. Did you see what happened Sunday with the St. Louis Rams?
Yeah, they came out and they did this thing.
This is what Fox News had to say about it, and this is a RT News piece about it. Here we go. Oh, there we go, and it's loading now.
And continuing the Ferguson drama on Sunday, 5 football players from the St. Louis Rams raised their hands up in the now familiar gesture of hands up, don't shoot during the team introductions at the opening of the game. The show of solidarity with the protesters in Ferguson and across the nation drew a media firestorm. I was joined earlier by RT correspondent Tyrell Ventura with the latest on how the media is covering the Rams' provocative gestures.
When you look at all the media coverage of this, like you said, firestorm of looking at these guys running left and right, and they come out, they put their hands in the air. The guy who jumps out to me completely is the king of media firestorm, Bill O'Reilly. He had Juan Williams on talking about this, and and O'Reilly was trying to make the argument that all the people who put their hands up in the movement are basically saying that all white cops want to do is shoot underprivileged, poor black Americans.
Okay.
They do.
And he had, and then the conversation went on, and Bill eventually had this to say.
Look, you got crazy people on all sides, Bill, but you think that those football players identify and say, oh, all cops are bad? That is not true.
Quite frankly, I don't think they're smart enough to know what they're doing.
Oh, my gosh.
I don't. I absolutely don't think they're smart enough to know what they're doing.
Yourself?
But I'm trying to make a larger point that be careful who you sympathize with.
Well, now, Ty, is this freedom of speech, or do you think the players have gone too far? As Bill says, he said maybe they don't know any better.
Well, Bill, of course they know better. They did it, and when and of course it's freedom of speech. The players went out there and practiced their right of freedom of speech. They went out, they raised their hands up, they made a statement to show support with the community there. Bill O'Reilly getting on TV saying, oh, they just don't know any better, and framing the argument that way is very destructive, because it tells his audience that, well, anybody who is protesting or anybody who joins a protest just doesn't quite know what they're protesting about, especially this one. They don't know. They have it good. They don't know any better. This kid was bad.
Maybe there's an air of condescension.
There's a complete air of condescension by Bill, especially when talking about this issue, because he just doesn't want to accept the fact that those in authority can make mistakes. And anybody, including these players, who support that notion that those in authorities can make mistakes, he basically poo-poos that, which is very disgusting in a country that's formed on the right of free speech. Anything with those players is not up to Bill O'Reilly or his audience. It's up to the NFL and those players if there was any issue there.
Which, of course, nobody, the NFL didn't penalize anyone.
No, they did not, actually. In fact, there's even some discussion about whether the NFL actually apologized or not. St. Louis County Police Chief John Bellner said that, the St. Louis organization did apologize for what the players did, but then the St. Louis Rams organization fired back right away saying, no, we did not.
Well, now, real quick, though, wouldn't you say that it's kind of...
But you see, it's constant backtracking. But Bill O'Reilly's pretty much calling anybody who puts their hands up and say don't shoot, you're fucking stupid and you don't know what you're doing.
I don't want to be shot.
Fucking, yeah, Bill O'Reilly doesn't really give a shit what you fucking care about because he's a rich fucking prick who makes a shitload of money for telling you to do
The wrong thing.
the wrong things, yeah, basically.
He's a parody of what he thinks you are. That's what Bill O'Reilly is. He should be more offensive to you because he thinks that's what everybody thinks.
Yeah.
He thinks he's reflecting the American people. I hope that's the truth. I hope he's playing a character because it bothers me to think that anybody's actually is.
No, he's that stupid.
Fucking stupid.
He's that stupid.
I don't know.
I've seen him on Jon Stewart, dude, and like he kind of goes at him or whatever, but like they kind of have a shared understanding now.
What is it?
Doesn't mean he's not playing.
They'll debate like and do fundraisers and stuff to try like raise money for things and stuff like that. And they kind of just pool their fucking audiences, I guess.
Everybody needs a villain.
Yeah.
It's like Scarface.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good one.
News.
And this is the last one, and this is just the most important piece of this information puzzle that kind of goes along with it. And this is a Washington Post article, okay? This isn't, some second-rate fucking news organization like you want to try to call Addicting Info or any of these other real good independent journalists. This is Washington Post. Darren Wilson's first job was on a troubled police force disbanded by authorities. Okay? And in the time that it took me to get this article, which was earlier today, to now, there's already a correction on it. Because they're doing more investigating, and the more you investigate into this, the more fucked up it is. The story has been updated to correct references to the time at which the shooting of Michael Brown was reported to police. Officer Darren Wilson did not call in the shooting at 12:43 p.m. as the story previously said. That is the time at which Ferguson police called on the St. Louis County Police to investigate the incident. The story also previously cited the Ferguson Police Department as the source of information about the time of the shooting. In fact, the information comes from a St. Louis County police report. Ferguson has like no good fucking record keeping because, I mean, why would you want to keep records of possibly just abusing black people?
Make sure you document every time you punch a black feller, okay?
But the gist of this article and what it says in short term or whatever, but 3 years prior to this one, he was working for this police department. It was so fucking corrupt that the city government had to come in and fire everybody and then start from scratch.
Wow.
With the police department. And Darren Wilson was one of those officers with the previous, thing 3 years prior. And then now
he's probably one of the good ones.
And then that's exactly what happens because he's retiring from Ferguson. Guess what? He's going to move like 200, 300 miles and get a job somewhere else. That's what's going to fucking happen.
I don't know if he can, dude. I don't know if he can ever be a cop again. He's too famous now.
Dude, these fucking like redneck fucking towns would treat him like a god.
Like George Zimmerman.
Yeah.
He can't go be a neighborhood watch volunteer.
Oh,
he can't go volunteer in the neighborhood
He's
watch
fucking
anymore.
chasing his wife down with a fucking gun and putting it in her fucking face and shit, dude.
Neighborhood watch.
But still, that's not going to stop him from doing what he did with fucking Trayvon Martin or whatever. He fucking just ran up on him with a fucking gun and killed him.
Yeah, I mean, he goes into Walmart and just, like, if he sees a rack of hoodies, he's just fucking open. He's terrified of hoodies is the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Every time he sees a hoodie, he just flips out. He's like, oh. Rambo style.
Like
he fucking puts a headband on.
And everybody wants to talk about how dangerous that my life was threatened. And Darren Wilson's quote was, "I felt like a little 5-year-old in Hulk Hogan's arms."
I felt oddly safe, like it was right, you know.
But the first 2 bullet trajectory wounds are upwards, and then the last 4 are all downward trajectories. So, I mean, it wasn't a long fight.
Like this.
He only got shot 6 times. I don't know what he's complaining about. Pussy.
You can't take a bullet to the brain. Tighten up.
Tighten up. Fucking get that shit together. Fucking almost made me spill this yak on this $200 suit.
Get it together, baby.
But that's the show, though. I want to thank Mike for hanging in there. We went a little bit over, but there was a lot of just points I had to make. Even Littlefoot for her hanging in there, drunk as hell. Love you, Littlefoot. Say you love everybody, Littlefoot. Hey, but this is a True Seeker. You know, go follow us on Facebook. I'm going to go post all the articles from the show tonight.
Always learn, always love, always teach.
And you guys take care of each other.
Bye!
You know who? Realize what's happening. The world's getting greedy, world's run by madmen. Prisons filled with corporate expansion.
The prisoners are puppet shows living in mansions.
Peep through your 2 eye holes and check out my brand new barcode. Branded, bought and sold for what they sold to make the mo. Much respect from the True Seeker. Turn up your speakers and hit the repeater. I hope you're sub-whoopers and tweeters. Make your parents crippled with seizures. Who told to tell the truth? Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Feel consciousness begin. Who told to tell the truth? Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Feel consciousness begin.
You were told to tell the truth. Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Let consciousness begin. You were told to tell the truth. Didn't represent you. Open up your inner self. Let consciousness begin.
Secret transmission line. Inside here grows a hole in your mind. Who could have known being watched by drones could have a